Hey everyone, today I am back in Lost Ark as next week Wednesday we are getting quite the big update to the game. The Ignite servers are going to be opening up for 7 weeks, and then on the main servers we are going to have the release of Season 3 alongside Tier 4, which are both going to have a very big impact on the gameplay and feel of the game. There's going to be a lot of new systems, new content, some revamps of old content as well. The way how we're going to be building our characters is going to be completely different as well. So it's just going to be a really great time to be playing Lost Ark. Now, when it comes down to Tier 4, there are some differences, like for example, Chaos Dungeons are getting changed, relic sets are removed, engravings on accessories are gone, ability stones still exist, but they are a little bit different as well. The way how we're going to be building our character is now going to be tied to a point system rather than a combination of a bunch of different things. Like before, you would need to get some engravings that you equip on your character, get engravings on your accessories. The accessories needed to have the correct stats as well. You then needed to cut an ability stone with specific things on that as well. And there were just a lot of things that were kind of annoying to interact with. And now we're just going to get the Arc passive system, which is very straightforward. You get points from your armor and from your accessories. You put the points into the system, you select the exact stats and passives that you want, and there you go. If you want to play around with different playstyles or experiment with different passives or different stat totals, you just get to allocate those things as you see fit, because there's no cost attached to this system if you want to switch things around. So essentially, just one set of armor, one set of accessories is all that you need to experiment with as many playstyles as you want on that one character, which sounds really fun. On top of that, we are of course getting the release of the Ignite servers. Now this is a server that's only going to stay around for 7 weeks, and it is going to be focused on progressing a character from 1540, which is what you start out at, to all the way to 1620. Now the progression from 1540 to 1620 is going to be helped by a lot of events, a bunch of missions that you complete that give you rewards, and the best thing of all, everything that you need to make the jump from 1540 to 1620 is going to be provided by these events. So the auction house, the market, that's all going to be disabled on this Ignite server, and you'll be able to get everything that you need by just finishing the events, which is really great. For newer players jumping in, this is basically a great point for you to jump into the game and get a character that is ready for endgame, as there's basically a very long grind for you to get there if you were to play on a normal server. The Ignite server is basically going to just allow you to jumpstart your account and get you into the end game, which is where the game gets really fun in my opinion. For returning players, of course, really great time to just jump back into the game, get a character up to end game and be ready for that, to just kind of like go back to your old account, because you can transfer one character from the Ignite server to a normal server. And for existing veterans, it's also just a really great way to either get a new character or get a bunch of rewards, because while the new character might not necessarily benefit everybody in the same way that it might a new player or a returning player, we still get a very big reward for transferring a character from the Ignite server to our main server. And I'm talking about a lot of gold, a lot of silver, bunch of materials, gems, engraving books. There's basically a whole list. I'll put it on screen real quick. But there are basically some very enticing rewards for us to go spend some time on this Ignite server. So both of these updates I think are great. Tier 4 is going to be a breath of fresh air when it comes down to building our characters, the gameplay as well. Like, we're going to get hyper awakenings and hyper skills. We're getting new identity skills for a lot of classes as well because of how the new Arc passive system is going to work. Certain clunky relic sets like the Dominion set or the Nightmare set, they're gone now, and they are basically put into passives that are now always active rather than something that you have to play around, like the Boundless Mana or always having to use your Awakening to reactivate your Dominion set. Those things are just completely changed now. So if you're playing any of the characters that use those sets, this change is going to feel amazing. Some characters aren't going to be changing a whole lot going into Tier 4, but a lot of them are going to be changing quite a bit or getting some really nice quality of life added to them. That will just make them feel much better than they are right now. And then of course, the Ignite server, you can jump on there, you can play up to 6 different characters that you just get to try out there to kind of see which one that you want to bring into the main server. And even if the character that you transfer over doesn't end up becoming one of your main 6, you're still getting a very big reward for just playing on the server and transferring a character, even if you don't want to put in like all the time to bring it all the way up to 1620. As soon as you hit level 1600, you already get rewards for having played on the server, so I think it is well worth your time. And that's basically everything that I want to cover in this video. Ignite server, great win. Tier 4, going to feel amazing for our existing players. Newer players also get access to Tier 4 if they play on the Ignite server and finish a character there to 1620. So I think that next week's update is just going to be a big win all around for any player coming into Lost Ark or anyone that is already playing the game currently. So yeah, that's all I really had to say. Let me know down below what your thoughts are on next week's update, and I'll see you in the next one.